Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome to Testimony Tuesday Talk and Tea.
Welcome.
We are so glad that you are joining us on today. We are super excited. We have a special guest with us on today, and we are so excited to have him. But before we jump into our special guest, we want to say go ahead, like, tag, and share. Tell somebody that we are on today. Tell someone that we are on.
Yeah, we got some good stuff today.
We absolutely do. And I must say that we may have to switch in just a little while and go to my phone. So I'm warning you all ahead of time. Just tune back in if it happens.
If it go out, stay right there. We coming right back.
That's right. And so Testimony Tuesday, we talk about the goodness of the Lord, what he's done and what he is yet doing. And so it is power in the testimony. And so, June, our scripture comes from Revelation.
Revelation 12, verses 10 and 11. And it says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death."
So there is power in the testimony.
Absolutely.
Now, we're going to jump right into our special guest because I'm so excited to have him on tonight.
Ready.
We have with us tonight Bishop J. Terrell Alston of Perfecting Praise Church. Will you come on and join us, sir? Thank you for being with us on tonight. We are so excited to have you here with us on tonight. Now, I must say, so Bishop Terrell, he is the pastor of Perfecting Praise Church. He is married to Lady Tab, and he has two handsome sons, Aiden and Ryan. And so we are super excited to have you on tonight. Thank you.
Glad to be here. Thank you all so much.
I'm so nervous about our connection on tonight, and I cannot believe that I have allowed my computer to go dead.
It's okay. It's okay. We're going to get through it.
We're
going to get through it.
We're going to get through it. Yes. But I have to say, I was getting ready for church on Sunday, and as I was ironing, I go to church before I go to church. And so I hit Facebook. I was actually going somewhere else, but when I hit Facebook, Perfecting Praise came up.
Wow.
And so I hit it, and I was like, oh, let me go. Mm-hmm. And so I listened to your sermon, and oh my gosh, it was like that. So anybody who did not hear it, please go back to his Sunday service. It is amazing. And you said so many things that were just so needed in the body right now. And I can't even say whatever body it is. The people need it. It is a word for all people. All people.
Yeah, Bishop, I say I was on the other side of the house, getting ready for church, doing my thing. Yeah. And she was in there just hollering and yelling. I remember thinking to myself, I wonder who she watching this morning. And lo and behold, she enjoyed that.
I'm so honored.
It was so good. And I have to say, you began to talk about things that people are dealing with right now. And I remember at the beginning, you talked a little bit about how people their trauma and past hurts into relationships.
Yes.
And so you were talking about how they bring it into their new relationships. And so if it could be one trigger and you start to really compare your new relationship to your previous relationship.
Yeah. What happens indirectly is you come into this relationship, and if the person's not healed, then I'm competing with somebody I don't even know.
My God.
Wow. You have me, every little thing I do, it's, oh, there you go. I remember that. And it's because people don't heal properly.
Right.
We jump into something because somebody holds our attention, but we never let God heal us so that we can be the best version of ourselves for the next person.
Oh my God.
So the new person comes in and they're scrutinized because you want me to play a role I didn't audition for.
My God.
I didn't know I was supposed to do that. I didn't know you wanted me to do that. So I didn't get the script. And this is what you want. And it breeds this unrealistic expectation that we bring into not just relationships, but even into church.
Yes.
So now you're blaming me for what your old pastor did.
That was so powerful because I can remember me myself going to a new church and thinking that the same expectations that I had at the previous church were the expectations of this church.
Yes.
And my pastor simply said to me one day, because I was just in a, pastor, all the things that he said, chillax, like you gotta calm down.
Yes.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, like I literally bought that here.
Yeah.
And so I had to understand these are two different people.
Yes.
With two different ways of doing things. And I had to accept Pastor Jackson for who he was and allow him to shepherd me. And I had to heal though.
Yes, that's the thing. What you
Hello.
Yep.
Guys, thank you all for being so patient with us. We are back.
Yes, after a few technical difficulties.
Yes.
Nevertheless, here we are.
Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for staying with us. And so, hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Thank you so much for joining. And so, we were talking about past traumas.
Yes.
and or taking hurt with us into our next place, and it is such a dangerous thing to do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, no. I mean, what it does, even for the person, you set yourself up for you're missing out on so much, because if you don't heal, you're stuck.
You are stuck.
Right.
You're stuck at that place, and I, like you said, I too had to get to a place where I'm like, even as a pastor, if I'm going to lead, I need to heal,
right,
so that I'm not bleeding on people that didn't cut me.
Mm.
And you need a word, but I'm just spewing out my trauma.
That's right.
And I'm trying to heal in real time.
That's
instead
right.
of sometimes you have to humble yourself and
That's
take
right.
a season to heal properly.
Absolutely.
One of the things I'm really transparent about with my church is after my mom passed, I tried to jump right back into it and go right back in the pulpit. And there were Sundays I would preach and go to the office and cry, because I was trying to be everything for everybody else and nothing to myself.
Yeah.
So you have to take that time. But even with that, I had to heal so that I didn't put that on my wife, because she signed up to be my wife, not my mom.
Right.
And I needed that nurture, but I was overwhelming her.
Yes.
Because I didn't heal.
Yes.
And not that she was, I'm sick of it, but if you don't heal, you're putting an unrealistic expectation on your spouse that I signed up to be your spouse, not your parent too.
See, that is so good, because on so many levels.
Yes.
Because we have, and I love how you spoke about going back, preaching to the people, and then going in private, but crying.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I realized, even through our journey, just being in the public face, smiling, hey, how you doing? People will treat you as if you're okay, because you're acting like you're okay.
Yes.
And so that was a hard thing, because I thought to myself, don't you see me? Can't you see me? But what they see is the smile.
That's it.
And so,
the thing is, you can't get to your future if you're faking your present.
Oh, that is good.
I'm faking. So you can't help me because I'm acting. We make it look easy.
Yes.
And that's the thing. People come and look at preachers and pastors and they think, y'all fine because we made it look easy.
Yes.
But what happens when I'm a public success but a private failure?
Yeah.
It's the truth.
I'm doing this in front of you all, but then I have to go and wrestle with it by myself, because we made it look easy. We got up and smiled and we danced and you preach and you do, but behind the scenes you're struggling.
Yes.
And you want, like you said, nobody's ministering to me because they think you're fine.
Right.
We're faking it. And a lot of people are faking it. And that's why people can't really tap into their next, because they're faking it now.
Oh! People can't tap into their next because they are faking their now.
They're faking.
Wow.
And that's why even with the church, we've made the church this secluded club that people feel like, well, and I hear this all the time, I'm coming to your church when I get myself together. I'm thinking, well, no, this is what the church is for.
That's right.
But they're afraid of coming in not looking like church.
Right.
And you're going to look at me funny. I told the church a few months ago, we owe people an apology because we told people we were a hospital, but we choose what we treat.
My God.
So people come in and say, I have a headache. Oh, we don't do headaches here. You got to go to that hospital. I have a heart condition. We don't do hearts here. You got to go up there. We're supposed to treat what comes in the door.
That's right.
But we start triaging them at the door and say, oh, we don't do that here.
My God.
Because you don't fit my church persona. I need you to come in here and look like you have it together. So we owe people, we set people back out.
Right.
We give a spiritual bypass. Pray about it. I tried that. It didn't work. And we have to be real. People need real. We've churched people, but people need real now.
Yeah.
It is so true. And this is why you see, when we read about these pastors that are harming themselves, harming others, doing things, being exposed, all of the things, is because of those behind the scene fights that people aren't dealing with.
Yes.
And so, because preachers, I can't tell you I'm going through this, or, you're looking at me as I'm supposed to be this superhuman person, but that's not true.
No.
And so we have, as you said, we've done a disservice to the church.
Yeah.
And another thing that I think we do in, the church world is we put so much stock into the people, the man and woman of God, the preachers,
Yes.
and not in God himself.
That's it.
And so I have been just like in everything that I do, just redirecting people to God.
Yes.
Because somewhere along the way, we made some detours and people have gotten excited about their name being this and this
Yes.
and that. And so they've lost focus.
Yes. How focused were we when we were just brother and sister so and so?
Right. Right.
We got titles and we thought they came with immunity.
Right.
And we thought it came with a shield and protection. And no, we got to turn people back to God.
To God.
We have to. And it's, again, it goes back to this apology we owe people that if you don't fit the mold,
Yeah.
that you can't do this here. And what that has done is it gets lonely.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've told people, pastoring and preaching, it looks good. But some people didn't read the fine print.
That's right.
They see the anniversaries and
That's
the
right.
glitz and the glamour, but you didn't see when we bleed on the inside and we don't tell anybody. I remember I hid my grief because I thought the people wouldn't receive me. That was a season I hid it. I didn't tell anybody. I'm transparent now. My church know I do therapy once a week.
Yes.
Because you have to have somewhere to put it.
That's right.
But for a long time, I hid it because I thought they're not going to be their pastor. They know I got all this trauma and I have all this hurt and this pain. But I had to use it as a testimony to say, look, yeah, you can have God and a therapist.
That's right.
I need to have somewhere I can go put it so that I can be what I need to be for you all.
Right. That's right.
But that's the thing I try to tell a lot of newer pastors is make sure you stay true to you.
That's right.
Stay true to yourself. Be honest. And remember that your spouse married you, not the pastor.
That's right.
I had to, for a long time, I tell my wife, I know she's watching, I had to apologize to her because our first few years of being married, I thought I had to be this for everybody.
Yeah.
And I realized she married Terrell. She didn't marry Bishop.
That's right.
So I had to go back and say, let me fix this.
Yeah.
For so long, we can be great at church, but terrible at home. And when do we teach people to be great deacons and terrible husbands?
That's right.
You're a great praise team member, but your house is tore up.
Yep.
Because we're not ministering to the whole person.
Absolutely.
I'm saying I'm using this scripture to fit to make me okay.
Right. That's right. My pastor often says that the pulpit is to pull people out of the pit.
Yes, Lord.
And sometimes we use it in not. We don't use it in that way. Let me say it like that.
Yes,
we don't use it in that way.
Yes.
And so I love that you are transparent with your church because your transparency delivers me.
Yeah.
And so when you are able to be transparent, then I understand, well, my leader dealt with this and, I have him here. So, if he can go through this, then I'm not abnormal.
Right.
Because sometimes as members of a church, you can feel abnormal because you're feeling like this and you're thinking that everybody is supposed to go through, not supposed to deal with this, not supposed to have these emotions. But I love your transparency because that helps deliver the people.
Right. People want to know that you know what you're talking about. If I'm bringing this problem to you, that you're not just quoting scripture.
That's right.
You're saying, I experienced this.
That's right.
I lived this. I understand it. And I'm also big on this. If I don't know, let me point you to somebody.
So I love that too, because most leaders will not say, I don't know.
Yeah. It's pride because we want people to think we know it all. And that is dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't want to be the only person that know this. I need, even with our children.
Yes.
How much have people in our generation ruined our children because we also pass our traumas on to our kids. So
let me pause you right here because in listening to your sermon on Sunday, you said it was so powerful to me. You said parenting our children through our trauma or something like that.
Yes.
And when you said it, I thought, oh my God.
I see it so much. Let's take something small. Like I know people who don't let their children go swimming because they don't like water.
See?
So they might want to go have fun.
Right.
But I'm passing a traumatic experience I had on to my kids. Or even you had a bad breakup. So now you told your daughter, you don't need no love. All you need is me.
Right.
No,
Right.
so you're passing that trauma. I told said this Sunday that my son's mentor is a blessing because he could do something for my son that I can't do, and
Right.
it don't make me less of being his father.
That's right.
I'm still who I'm supposed to be for
That's
him,
right.
but I pulled in a resource that can pull something out of him that I couldn't pull out of him.
See?
And I see that as not as a deficit for me, but I see it
Right.
as an opportunity to pull the best out of my son.
That's right.
But you have
That's
people
right.
that'll tell their kids that math ain't important because you can't do math.
Right.
Just because you didn't understand algebra don't mean your kid don't need to pass it.
It's
Give
so
them
true.
a tutor, but it's that pride.
Yep.
Same with pastors. We have to be able to say, I don't know. That's why I believe every pastor need a pastor.
That's right.
You need somebody that you can go and say, look, I'm dealing with this situation.
That's right.
How do you deal with this? How do you handle it?
That's right.
But the issue with that, and I'm gonna open up a can of worms here.
Open it up.
You have pastors who don't want to connect because we always have to figure out who's going to lead, who's going to be the overseer, who's going to be the. Why can't we just we've abused the spiritual parenting? Why can't we be spiritual brothers and sisters?
Lord Jesus.
Why I got to be your daddy? Why can't you be my brother? Why we have to lead each other? Why can't we just help?
Right.
Everybody wants to be a father, but show me what you did with your kids before you try to be my spiritual parent. How are you doing it in the natural before you want to lead? I want to normalize spiritual siblings.
Yeah.
Why can't we just help each other? I'm not trying to lead you.
Together.
You don't have to be under me. Call me your bishop. Call me your friend.
That's right.
Let's help each other. You're dealing with something I may have dealt with, or I'm dealing with something let's help each other. Let's grow. Because at the end of the day, we say that we all have the same goal.
Yep.
But it's a pride issue of, you taking my number. No, I wanted to, we helping the kingdom. We all kingdom minded until it comes to members.
And I had one pastor tell me this one time. He said, you're not his, you're God's.
Yeah.
Yes. And I thought, yeah, that is true.
Yes.
That is true.
I don't want that weight.
This is true.
I want to make sure that I'm being spiritually responsible and not spiritually negligent.
Yeah.
Making people think I know it all. That is a dangerous expectation to put on yourself, but to have people believe in.
Right.
No, I made sure one of the things we added to our church is we have therapy available at our church.
I love that.
Because I need people to understand that.
I love that.
God gives us resources to be able to use.
That's right.
But we've churched people so much to think, you're going to get it all on Sunday. No, you might need to come in and talk to a professional.
That's right.
That can help you be better, not just at church, but you need to be better at work. Better
That's
at
right.
home.
That's right.
Be a good citizen.
That's right.
Be well-rounded. Right. But we've taught people how to act on Sundays.
Yes.
And forgetting that Tuesday's coming.
Tuesday is coming.
It's
Lord
coming.
Have mercy.
What have I equipped you with to keep you all week?
That's right. That's
what we need.
Oh my gosh. Now let's go back to the parenting through the trauma. I had someone pretty close to me raising a child, and because she had dealt with things as in her childhood, with bullies and all the things, you put a shield around your child. And so even for me, I am what do they call it? The helicopter parents. Like I literally, all of my kids I've been overly with. And I think I was worse when you were raising Abria, Devontae, and Makai at the time because they couldn't do anything. I was a little church girl and they couldn't listen to BET. They couldn't. They could do nothing. And I remember in the 6th grade, this boy is in the 6th grade. He is going on a field trip with his school to the stadium. Not even, I don't know if I should let him go. And Devontae was like, well, Ma, the teachers are going to be, I'm like, and so, but I was just so edgy myself. And so I felt like I did a disservice to my children because of that. And so now raising Gabe, I'm still, still a little there, but I had to release my reins on the kids because it was just too much. I was being too much. it was just terrible. It was terrible,
I think it's part of being a good parent though, because there's so much to be exposed to, and it doesn't take but a little bit.
Yeah.
But I felt like at the time, like if they hear Tupac, they ain't gonna fall out. I was just doing the most at the time, I felt like. And so now I have balance.
I got you.
And so, but I had to learn balance because it was like God, 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 and it's still God, God, God. But I have a balance with it. And so I'm not so heavenly minded that I'm no earthly good.
I got you. I understand. I was at that place that I'm like, I'm a pastor. I came my sons out here doing this and doing that. And it hit me one day. I don't want to beat it over their head so much that when they get older and can make the decision, they say, you know what? I ain't doing that no more.
Yes.
I did all my life. I had to go to every service. I had to be at every prayer meeting. And I had to sit and listen to Kirk Franklin. And, and so I have this balance now where I don't have them just out here doing whatever.
Right.
But I need to let them know. So what I do now with my sons is if they're listening to something, let me listen to it too. Let me see what you listening to. What they saying. So I can have an understanding because I had to realize everything ain't terrible.
It is.
But I didn't want to run them away from this because I wanted them to know you can love God and live.
That's right.
And don't feel like you got to go be bishop because daddy's bishop.
Yeah.
I want you to serve the Lord.
That's right.
I want you to, be active. I want you to do stuff at the church. But I didn't want to put that expectation on my kids, but, it happens, the thing that parents do. I had to catch myself because I found myself things my mom used to say and do. My mom, she let us stay with everybody. You couldn't go over here. You couldn't. So now you're trying, but now the thing that's different from our generation to this generation now is exposure.
Yeah.
I tell my sons, like, we didn't get a cell phone until I got a car, and it was a track phone.
Right.
It was for emergencies.
That's right.
But now they have, how do you, they're exposed to everything.
Yes.
Like, can you imagine that notifications pop up to our kids' phone? It's like they're desensitized because you know everything. You know what's going on with the war. You know what's going on with politics.
That's right.
That was our innocence. I didn't know any of that.
That's right.
We live by that stay in a child's place.
Right.
We didn't have exposure. They're exposed to everything. So I try to monitor that part. Yeah. To understand, like, I want you going to school. This because I watch the news in the morning.
Yeah.
But I'm like, when my boys come in, I'm like, let me turn. I don't want them at school worried about, Lord, what's going on overseas?
That's right.
Or something about to happen. They're at war, But it's that trauma with parenting. That how do we heal?
That's right.
So that we don't see our childhood everywhere.
Oh.
I've seen people who have dealt with molestation and and in their mind, every little thing is, oh Lord, I don't want that to happen. I don't want this to happen. That's why I believe in transparency with my kids. Like, I talk to them about, my childhood. We talk to them about things that happened. And this is why, I don't let you do this.
Yes.
And I've heard people say, well, you ever tell a child why? I do this because you walk around with this question of why am I? My therapist says to me, I said this Sunday, it offended me. She was like, you're hurting your kids. I'm like, what do you mean? I thought I was being a good parent because I didn't let them see anything. I didn't let them know when things were hurting, when there was disputes going around them.
Right.
And I just wanted to shield them from disappointment.
Right.
And my therapist said, while that sounds good, one day they're going to hit disappointment and you're not going to be there. And it's going to hit them like a ton of bricks because you never let them feel no. You never let them feel somebody rejecting them. And then when they apply for their first job, get interviewed, and they get that letter to say no, it's going to devastate them. Yeah. Because they never had to feel it.
It is so true. And I felt like even for us, when the children transitioned, I felt like I overcompensated.
Yes.
So I was buying all of this, doing all of this, and I listen to Gabe now, like, he doesn't know. No. Yeah. I just feel like he just doesn't, I don't know where I was coming from. Oh, a school board meeting. And it's a Monday night. And Gabriel tells his daddy he wants to go to Walmart on a Monday night.
Well, you can't go to Walmart on Monday.
And so I'm just thinking to myself, so he says, "Hey, I'm about to take Gabe to Walmart." What? Like, so I say that to say, like, just being able to help them be a little more balanced, because he just doesn't understand certain things, because he's not ever had to deal with those things. So when you talk about, and when he goes to school, school is not his parents. And he has had to learn that the hard way. Because kids these days, oh my gosh, everything that I try to protect him from is everything they give him.
Same. My boys are right there.
And I can't protect them from everything as I want to. I can't keep them in a bubble. And it gets worse, sometimes. But I just have to explain. And so now I have to teach him certain things. I have to tell him certain things because people don't care and they're not nice.
Let me tell you, this was the first school year my son has been at the school without my wife. She's worked at his, and that was for me. I always had the comfort of, he's up the hall.
Yes.
He's good. But he's now at a different school. But you're right. My boys weren't great with no, because in our mind, I want to give them what I didn't have.
That's right.
I want to take them where I've never been. I told my son, I was like, y'all are young with passports and been to more countries. And we used to go to Kings of Million. That was like a big trip.
Big.
But, he got to the school, and I remember him coming home one day, and it's like, I don't like this school. I'm thinking, why thinking something happened? And it's because I was raising my hand, and they never called me. And they never did. I'm like, it's other people in the class, but they're used to.
That's right.
At the school, moms they're gonna make sure.
That's right. That's
you're
right.
Included.
That's right.
And I had to teach them this hard lesson of everything is not gonna go your way.
Right.
Everybody's not us.
Yeah.
Everybody's not family. Everybody's not your friend. And now my oldest is 13, and he's at them like, Lord help me. We're at that stage now where
13.
Yeah, we were just at the school the other day, and they're talking about high school planning. And I'm like, oh, don't take me that fast. Like, but having those hard conversations with him about rejection and heartbreak and all of that, and he's like, I'm thinking I had time. You don't want to talk about it, but that's the thing that, if I could be honest, church didn't even really prepare us for. No. Because I said this to my church not too long ago. We taught church, but we haven't taught life. Do these kids know how to live without us?
Right.
We've taught them. Vacation Bible School is great. Don't get me wrong. I love it. We can teach the stories, give them some cookies and juice. But what session did we have to prepare the young girl that this boy gonna say this to you?
Right.
And this gonna happen.
Yep.
And somebody will get you to try this. You're gonna go to this college campus and they're gonna say this and do that. And you can gift them with the Bible all you want in May. August is coming.
August is coming. Wide open.
Ready
open. For it.
They're handing out flyers at open
everything.
House. I was while moving my niece in, I was like, I didn't got 5 flyers while I was here moving you in. And
because they're ready.
They're ready. And in that young mind, I want to go see what y'all been trying to keep me from.
Yes.
But we didn't prepare them. Yes, live, but here's the tools to live.
That's right.
Not just church. You need life. But pastoring, parenting through trauma is doing a disservice because we're not preparing people to live outside of the 4 walls.
Right.
Are you a productive citizen?
Right.
Can you go and handle rejection? Everything's not the devil.
Yep.
Right.
Everything ain't a demon. Sometimes it's your bad consequence.
That's right.
It's your choice you made.
That's
and then
right.
you get the consequence for it.
That's right.
You wanted that. So God said, okay.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that because we blame everything on the devil. And we never take a moment to say, what did I do in this situation? And I'm big about self-reflection.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm big about seeing how did I contribute to what happened?
Yeah.
Or did I contribute?
Right.
Some things aren't me, but there are some things that are me.
But you're self-aware. The new curse word is accountability.
Oh, my goodness.
Nobody wants to take the time to say, wait a minute, that ain't the devil.
Yep.
That was my choice.
My choice.
Because when we come to people, if somebody come to you for advice, the first thing they want to tell you is what happened to them.
Right.
You're omitting your version. I mean, your part in the story. What did you do?
That's right.
So you want a whole word on half a story.
That's good.
You want whole advice
That's
on
good.
a portion of what happened. I need to know everything.
Right.
Take accountability. I had to sit with this. Some of the things that happened to me was not the devil. It was not my wife. It was a choice Terrell made.
That's
It did not work out.
That's right.
And I had to sit with it and say, you know what? I chose that.
Right.
That was me.
Right.
I decided to go do that. Let me fess up. Let me go and take accountability, and then I can heal and learn from it. But you'll never learn from leaving out your portion.
Can I say
that was one thing that you said in that word? True healing or real healing involves acknowledging the part that we participate in.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. What part did you play?
Everything is not them, you. I mean, you gotta consider yourself.
Yes.
And the part that you played.
That's right.
In that. Yeah.
How did I say it? Did I, things kind of go left. How did how did that come out?
Right.
Did I say that wrong? It's that self-reflection. But that also goes with killing pride, because some people feel like I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Right.
I said what I said. It's okay.
Right.
No, you have to be willing to not be right.
Yeah.
All the time.
And some people won't give up their right.
Right.
No.
And that's just one of the hardest things to do, to acknowledge for a lot of people, to acknowledge their own wrong.
That's right.
And to acknowledge their own participation in whatever demise or whatever the situation was. Like everything just don't happen, like just happen, it's like,
Let me tell you, the big piece, if we go back to parenting for a minute, is what happens when a parent can be transparent enough to go apologize to their kid.
Ooh,
that's right.
To say, you know what?
That's unheard of.
I got that wrong.
That's right.
And you're right. It's so unheard of. There's times I fussed at my son, and then I go and realize, oh, hold on, no, that was wrong. I'll go knock on his door and say, you know what? My bad. You was right. I see what you were saying now.
Yeah.
Because what I need to teach him is adults get it wrong too.
That's right. That's right.
Because you'll get older and feel like I never heard them say they were wrong. So I'm gonna grow up thinking adults are always right. No.
That's right.
And people think I've never apologized to a kid. But then what you're teaching them is adults are above apologizing.
Yes.
We don't fix it. We're just right. If we can go and take accountability to our kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
That, you know what? I remember telling my sons, when they were younger, they were first born, like, me and mom were trying to figure it out. Right. There's no manual that came with this.
Manual.
So I had to go back and realize, oh my Lord, I need to go. Even with school, I said this in the word, that their parents, their pride, their kids need an IEP right now.
Right. When you said that, I wanted to say, so true.
But the stigma and pride is, they're not going to label my kids. So you allow your child to go through school with no accommodations, because your pride won't let you go to the school and ask for help.
Yeah.
Right.
And they need it.
Yes, they need it. It's not, I tell people, IEPs and 504s, it is put in place to ensure your children get the best education they can.
Right. And it creates opportunity.
It does.
And you have to know your child.
Yes.
You have to know your child and the need of your child and get the help that they need.
Yes.
If your child is bouncing off the wall at home,
come on, I guarantee
they bouncing off the wall in the classroom. Mama.
Yes. And that don't mean you're a bad parent.
Does
it means
not.
Your child just needs this extra help.
Just a little extra
we
help.
Put those things in place for my son. My son is now on honor roll.
See?
All he needed was a little extra time.
See?
All he needed was another setting to go do the things he needed to do. And now he's thriving because we went and said, look, I've recognized.
Right.
This is what needs to happen.
Yes.
But we have to understand that, and people will say, well, they don't do that. Let me tell you something. I did a whole lot with my mama on around.
That's right. That's
right. Things I hope she never found out about.
That's right.
But, we have to know, if the school called me now and say, your son did so-and-so, there's things I go, no, that ain't him. But certain things I go,
that's
said
him. Yeah,
he sure said it.
I will never forget this. This is a true story. Gabe was in the kindergarten. He might have been in first grade. It was in first grade. His teacher called me and she said, hey, I'm just calling you to let you know Gabe told his teacher that she stinked. And I said to myself, no, he didn't say that. but he said something like that because he just those are his words,
right.
And so as soon as he got in the car that evening, I said, Gabe, how was school today? He told me, and I said, did you say your teacher stink? And he said, no, I wouldn't say that. I told her that she smelled bad. And so I knew he said something, but the wording,
right.
And he said, I just want everybody to be fresh. So, it's a little bit first grader because he just, but
brutally honest.
Brutally honest. But to your words, you have to understand you know your children. And so if you know your children has these tendencies, get them what they need.
Right.
Get them what they need. It's the truth. It is crazy, but the truth hurts.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't want to deal with it, but either you deal with it now or you're going to deal with it later.
That's it. That's even with our behaviors.
Yes.
Or our trauma. Either you heal now.
Either you heal
or
now.
Pay for it later.
Or you're going to pay for it later. And it is so true. And I'm going to tell you, and you have to be careful how you heal.
Yes.
Because you want to heal properly.
Yes.
And I can remember after what we, after not long, it had been, I guess, a year, and I had started to heal. And have you ever seen, this is just the example that I get, if someone falls and breaks their arm, the body naturally heals itself.
Right.
But if you didn't pull that arm back into the socket, it's going to heal like this.
Right.
And so you have a crook in your arm because you didn't heal properly.
Yes.
It may not be hurting, but you can't use it like it's supposed to be used.
Exactly.
And so for me, I had started to heal, but I wasn't healing properly.
Wow.
And so the danger with not being able to heal properly is if you go back to the doctor, they're going to re-break your arm and put it into place. And that hurts even worse.
Man, my doctor, I remember I sprained my ankle one time, and my doctor said something at the time that blew my mind. He said, I wish you would have broke it. He said, because a break heals quicker than a sprain.
Wow.
He said, because you're bruised, that's going to ache for a while. He said, but if it would have broke, we could have put it back, wrapped it, and it would have went on. How long do we walk around with bruises? But we never allow God to break it.
Yep.
And because what happens is you get into this cycle that you think you're doing good, you're practicing something new. But my band director told me something over 20 years ago. He said, practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent.
Wow.
You can do the wrong thing over and over.
That's right.
And that's what people have learned to do.
Yeah.
You keep doing the wrong thing over and over, you're not healing. You're just going through the motions.
Wow.
So you have to heal. I tell people, heal quickly, but heal properly.
That's right. That's right.
If you don't heal properly, you're faking it.
You're faking.
You're trying to rush a healing.
It's the truth.
Because you want to move on.
And my pastor said something to me when I, went to the church. He said, Ayana, God doesn't just want to heal you, but God wants to make you whole.
Woo.
And at the time, I didn't understand the difference between healing and being whole.
Yeah.
And so once I walked in wholeness, I understood it.
Oh, my Lord.
And I thought, so it's not just healing this one area, but it's healing the whole you.
Come on.
And so I had to be rebroken.
Yes.
I had to deal with some areas of loss that I hadn't dealt with. And I had to go through it. It was painful all over again. But by the end of it, God had made me whole. He had turned my mourning into dancing.
My Lord.
And I just said, God, thank
you.
Yeah. And do you still have days? Absolutely.
Yes, Lord.
Do you still cry? Absolutely. Do I still think it's unfair? Absolutely.
Yes.
Do I want to go bridal shopping with my girl? Yes, I do.
Yes.
These are some struggles that, people think that you have gone on and moved on. But if I see someone get married, I often think it. I told this story before, right after the, maybe a few years after the fire, Mr. Fenner's daughter got married.
Yeah.
And so I go to the wedding and I'm sitting over there just crying. Yeah. And June was like, why are you crying? I'm never gonna be the mother of the bride. And I was just having a moment.
Yeah.
So you still have moments, and it's okay.
Yes.
It is okay to have the moments, but there are still hard times. And I say that to say that healing is a journey. Grief is a journey.
Yes.
And it's a never-ending journey. And so I don't see the end, but but it becomes bearable. And that's what I tell people. I hate to say better, but it becomes bearable.
Yes.
That you're able to function.
Yes.
And I often talk about like the life of an amputee. Their leg doesn't come back, but they are able to learn how to adjust and move without it being there.
Ooh, that's good.
And so that's what loss is for me. I've learned to move without it being there. Do I wish I had it?
Yes,
absolutely.
Lord. Yes, Lord.
So
I'm there. I remember. I tell people every time to this day I have to go do a funeral for someone who lost their mother. I sit there and emotions. I mean, I don't have to know you. I've done funerals at the funeral home for people, and I'm sitting up there, and you would think I know I'm describing. I remember I did a funeral, and the person had the exact same casket that my mom had, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just up there having a whole fit. I'm thinking, can somebody please preach? Like, which one of y'all gonna do it?
Right.
I mean, but just this weekend, I went by her grave, and there's days I can go and be fine. There's days this past weekend I went and broke to my knees, and you would have thought it just happened.
Right.
Because you have, again, I look at my boys, and when my son turned 13, I'm like, oh man, my mom would have been doing this, or she would have done that.
Yes.
You have those times, but you give yourself the space to feel it.
That's right.
Because like you said, it does get bearable.
Yeah.
I used to couldn't talk about it without falling apart.
Right.
Now you can talk about it. You can help people. I use that story to tell people that, it's a journey. It's not people. Somebody told me one time heals all wounds. I don't know where they got that from.
I don't know.
Where they got that from. It's been 11 years, and I'm still
it's not true.
Woo, like somebody ripped my heart out. Like,
and I often tell people, I say it all of the time. Time doesn't have the ability to heal.
No.
But God heals in time.
Yes.
And so to say that time heals, it doesn't have the ability to do it.
Let me tell you, you opened something you said about being whole. The thing is, in that scripture, when Jesus walked up to the man on the porch and said, "Wilt thou be made whole?"
Yes.
He didn't say, "Do you want to be healed?"
That's right. That's right.
Because the thing that we have to understand with that story is, catch the text. He said, "I have no one to put me in the water. Every time I try to get there, somebody beats me."
That's right.
What that says is he was able to move.
Right.
He just kept going back, getting on the mat. And when he got there, Jesus said, "Do you want to be made whole? Because it's not just your legs need to be healed, your mind need to be healed."
Come on.
Because you can walk all this time, but your excuse was somebody get in my way.
Right.
So you stop being relentless. You stop wanting to get in the water. You were waiting for somebody to pick you up.
That's it.
He said, so this way he told him, pick up your bed and walk. Why? Because I'm going to make you pick up the excuse.
My God.
Give me that bed so you don't lay down no more.
That's right.
Because you've been moving, meaning you made the choice to go back.
Yeah.
Wow.
And lay down. So being whole is not just the thing that's hurting, it's also your mind too.
That's right.
My heart need to be healed. My mind need to be healed.
Yes.
My attitude need to be healed.
Yes.
Wholeness is, it's a great walk.
Yes.
People don't understand. You're free is when you're whole.
My God. Now let me go back because we have a question. Let's see. We have a question. It says, so as an educator or behavioral interventionist, how do we educate or minister to the parents that don't realize that their trauma is affecting their children or loved ones?
I mean, one of the ways we do that, I've been trying to, education is important.
It is.
A lot of people don't know what they don't know.
That's right.
So we try to, I've started opening the church to more than just church-related activities.
Right.
We have to do more. I've partnered with the health department to do heart health. I partner with people to come and talk mental health.
Yeah.
To allow parents to be able to put a mirror in front of them to
That's
say,
right.
"Oh my God, maybe it's not my child. Maybe it's me." Because saying it to somebody directly in a meeting they feel attacked.
That's right.
Or you telling me I'm the problem.
That's right.
You have to open up to the conversation to say, all right, look, let's lay this on the table. We always ask the question, what's wrong with you? Instead of what happened to you.
Wow.
What happened?
Right.
It opens up something for the parent to realize, wow, maybe my child is like that because I went through this and I'm seeing everything through blurred traumatic vision.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe it's not you offending me. I just see offense everywhere.
Right.
because somebody 10 years ago offended me.
Right.
Somebody did that.
That is so good to me because once Bria had some friends over at the house, and one of the little girls that were there, she started to beat her doll.
Wow.
And she was just beating the doll and beating the doll. And I said, "Oh, baby, let me hold her. What happened?" And what I realized in the moment was that was what she experienced.
Yes. Wow.
And so what she saw, she became.
Wow. 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 Wow.
And you have a choice as a parent to live in what you saw or experience or change the narrative.
Break the cycle.
Break the cycle.
Yes.
And so we have so many parents who are just reliving. And so then you have a generational thing that goes on and on and on. And
Yes.
I was determined in life that I was going to break some cycles
Yes.
that I saw.
Yes.
My daddy loved to have a drink.
Yeah.
And so I saw how it affected him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was determined that I was going to break that cycle.
Right.
You know, even with my kids and my parenting style, I had to, my mom was a great mom. She was a single mom, but for my house, I wanted to be married.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have children, and I wanted to be married until death do us part.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn that,
Right.
you know,
right.
and how to love someone. You all grew up in two different households,
Mm-hmm.
you know, two different people
Yeah.
coming together as one.
Yes.
And what I realized is that God made the difference.
Yes.
Because all of our indifferences became, when we were focused on him, it went to him. And he taught me how to do this, taught him how to love me how to love him, all of those things.
Yeah.
But it was a work in progress. And now he's stuck with me for life.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just is what it is, you know. So but I see that even in the young people, I see how, you know, because we have younger generations that are raising kids now.
Yes.
And so they are used to this and that. And, you know, the grandparents are younger now too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have grandparents raising kids, but they still want to hang out
Right.
too.
It's like, I'm not watching your kids.
Right.
I'm going out Saturday.
That's right.
That's a gap too. That's an area that we have to understand is, you know, think about our grandmas and you know, aunties. It's a different generation. It's not making it any better or worse. It's a different feel.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is, we have to realize what we're up against. We're up against, again, we talked about social media. You're up against different, you know, music genres. It's so much combating what we're trying to teach.
Right.
Not just the children.
Yeah.
The thing is, to answer, you know, a little more of that question is, we have to understand that this generation of parents aren't our parents.
That's right.
My mom would have received that different than a parent now. My mom would have heard, okay, what can I do to help my child? Now it feels like an attack. Because you have to have a relationship with somebody to be able to have that hard conversation. Right. I can't just come to you today and just say, you're doing your child a disservice.
Right.
What I've done is I've built relationships with the community, not just my church.
That's right.
You build a relationship with the community that if I'm at a baseball game, a basketball game, football game, people will come, hey, Bishop, let me ask you a question. Because I've built that rapport with them where if I had to say to them, maybe you're looking at that wrong. Right. They don't receive that wrong from me because I didn't approach them with this attack of you're wrong. Right. I've shown them, look, hey, you're doing this right, but let me tell you this one area that may help you.
And it's not what you said, but it's how you say it.
How you say it. It's you allow people to know I'm not attacking your parenting. I'm trying to heal your trauma.
Right. And the soft answer turns away wrath.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's good.
If people feel attacked, they're going to clam up. They're going to shy away. They're going to feel like you're judging me. When no, that's why I preach this all the time at Perfecting. No judgment zone.
That's right.
I need you to be able to come and bring this here.
That's right.
There's no topic that's off the table.
That's right.
And that for so long, mental health and therapy and all that was so taboo because we made people feel like all you needed, just pray. Just do.
And you know, I think another thing that is so key, and I love this that you said this early on. Well, let me address two things. The first thing you said was building relationships.
Yes.
Building relationships is so key. I did it with my students.
Yes.
Like it just changes everything.
Yeah.
Because if you don't build relationships, you open yourself up to rejection.
Yes.
And so discipline without relationship equals rebellion.
Yes.
And so they're going to rebel because you don't have a relationship and you can't tell me that.
Exactly.
And so I want teachers to know that, like, take a moment to build a relationship, get to know your students.
Yes.
And once you get to know them and they know you love them,
come on,
then you can say anything and they just open up.
I watched my mom for years build relationships with parents, with kids, with, I mean, it is fun. There were days I was like, Mom, you can't say that to them. And you know, they know I love them.
That's right.
You know, and the parents she would call. They would say, "Let's take you, go and get them."
That's right.
All right.
That's
I know
right.
You love them. I know. But she took time. I asked my mom one time. I said, how do you build that? She said, you know what? The first 2 weeks.
That's right.
Of her school year, she said, I don't touch no math.
Yep.
She said, I'm just talking relationship.
That's
I'm
right.
building rules, expectations.
That's right.
We all know. I remember I went to my mom's class at Henderson Middle one time, and she had walked out and the bell rang. And I remember telling the kids, y'all can go. They looked at me like, and I'm like, y'all. And she came in her corner and everybody got up. I'm thinking, she said, they know what I expect.
That's right.
Mr. Fella, he said he came in one day, asked a little boy a question, and he looked up like, you gotta get me
right.
Like, I'm the principal, but she set that expectation because she built those relationships.
That's right.
Those kids and parents knew she cared.
That's right.
Knew she loved them. So if I have to call home and tell you that Johnny acting a fool,
that's right.
I know I can receive that from you.
That's right.
Because you've taken that time. When I taught in Wake County, a lot of those new Teach for America and teachers didn't understand our culture.
That's right. That's right.
And I remember our principal had us read a book called Teaching with Poverty in Mind.
Ooh.
And it opened up so much for a lot of those teachers because they thought I was getting on this board for not having homework. Well, he didn't eat last night.
Right. Right.
He went home to an empty house.
That's right.
You have to build a relationship with those kids where they feel comfortable to tell you.
That's right.
I don't feel safe or something's wrong. So before I can tell a parent this, I need to take time to get to know them.
That's right.
Build a relationship so that it opens them up to say, I'll receive from you because I trust you.
And I think parents don't really realize the effect that their choices have on their children.
Right.
And so if you decide that this is your lifestyle, this is what you're going to live, your children are affected by that.
Yes.
And so if I go to a school and I hear a child describing, oh yeah, they shot in my house, or, you know, you have to be mindful because that affects children. And even down to domestic violence in the home.
Yes.
It has an effect on the children.
Yes.
And I heard a philosopher say that they were describing what it feels like in a child's body.
Wow.
And they said, imagine when you go out and you see a bear, the fear you feel in that moment. That is what a child feels when their parents or, you know, to father, mother, you know, they're fighting. That's the fear that the child feels.
Wow.
And what happens is that fear is repeated each time they fight. Each time they fight, that fear is instilled in that child. And then when the child becomes an adult, they have high blood pressure, diabetes, heart trouble, all of these things that come from that as trauma.
I'm telling you. Our choices affect our kids.
Our choices affect our kids.
What you said, that was so important because people have to realize what you do today, your kids will pay for tomorrow.
It's the truth. Look.
They will.
It is true.
When you pick the wrong person, when you go get into something, you do every choice you make. And that's why I have become so thoughtful when I go do anything.
That's right.
Because this could be harmful to me. That means that's going to leave Tab and the boys with no parent.
That's
or
right.
if I go do this, they're going
right.
to have to, or if I go out and embarrass my family, my kids got to go to school.
That's
I'm
right.
on the news.
That's right.
And all those kids know is that's that man pick you up every day.
That's right.
And then my kids have to live with that.
That's right.
Parents have to realize everything you do. If you go out, and now with this social media viral season, if you go out and fight at Walmart tomorrow, know it's all over your child's school tomorrow.
It is.
They see mama fighting on the bread aisle at Walmart.
Just like that.
Yes.
And I think that is just so key, and it's biblical.
Yeah.
Because Saul made some choices that Saul's children had to pay for.
Woo. Lord have mercy.
And when David went to the Gibeonites, he said to them, "What can I do to make this right?" Because of a choice that Saul had made.
Ooh.
And they said, "Give us 7 of your sons."
Mm-hmm.
And so the children had to pay for what the father did.
And that is happening every day. Think about this. If what I'm doing now, my child's going to have to pay for.
That's right.
Yep.
In some form or fashion.
That's right.
It makes us look at our life to say, let me make better choices.
Yes.
Not just for me, because it's going to affect generations behind me.
That's right.
Even, as a culture, we have to make sure investments, all the stuff we do. We always talk about generational curses, but can we bring the conversation on generational wealth?
Come on.
I want to make sure I set my boys up.
That's right.
To where they're okay.
The Bible says leave an inheritance for your children's children.
I want to make sure that down the road when my great-grandkids say, look, thank you.
Right. Right.
Terrell, thank you. The choice you made sure we live great for the rest of our life. So you're not, and that's what our parents, my mama want her working to go get a Coach bag and all.
That's right.
She made sure, let me plant some seeds.
That's right.
That I know is going to bless my kids and my grandkids. And when I tell you, I'm still reaping.
Yes.
The things, Mom. I was somewhere one day, I was eating Memo Tab and went to go pay the bill. And I get there and they said, "Oh, Samara took care of that." I'm like, "Oh." So I can go say thank you. And they pointed out this young lady. And I went and I was like, God bless you. Thank you so much. And she was like, "I know you don't know me." She said, "But years ago, I was in your mom's class at Warren County Middle. And on the weekends, your mom fed me and my siblings." She said on Friday, she would make sure we had food. We would bring our clothes on Monday morning. She would wash our clothes in the gym. She told us, "Don't ever tell nobody, you don't owe me nothing." And she said, "I always said when I got older, I was going to pay her back." And she said, "I came back home and found out she had passed." Wow. And somebody said, "Well, there's her son over there." And she said, "I couldn't do it for her, so I did it for you."
My God.
Wow.
Ooh,
and I'm like, those are the things we do now.
Because of the decision that she made.
That's it, a decision she made to just be good to somebody. And my mom said, "Do good and good follows you."
Yeah. That's right.
All the way down to the part when they were getting ready to crucify Jesus and they were asking for him to be released, to them.
Yes.
And they said that his blood to be on us and on our children.
Woo. Wow. Yes, Lord.
We're talking about a heavy curse.
That's a heavy curse.
Yes. His blood be on us and on our children.
Yes.
That's how bad they wanted to do that.
Yeah. We have to normalize the conversation of making the right choice so that my kids don't have to pay for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pastor Foster said, you don't have to be a product. She tells her students, you don't have to be a product of your environment. Make decisions now that you will be proud of later.
Yes.
And that's true.
That is very true. You don't have to. But it's the thing that we have to do more of is not just help heal the kids, but heal the house.
Heal the house.
Because if I heal you and you go back into that.
That's right.
It's like that's why, we always talk about summer loss. We talk about it in schools about what you learned all year. Right. Over the summer, you lose it.
That's right.
It's not just the education. It's also the manners.
That's
it's also the etiquette. Right. It's also the, being focused and attention. All that you lose.
That's right.
If you don't go back into a healthy environment.
That's right.
I spoke Sunday about creating a healthy community.
Yes.
Healthy family.
Yes.
We've messed the order up.
Yep.
We want people to be good at church, good at school, but terrible at home.
Right.
We need to be healthy everywhere because strong families build strong communities. Yes. We build strong churches. Like if we can make sure that people are well-rounded.
That's right.
Then they can be good everywhere.
That's right.
That's what we have to make sure. One thing, Apostle Hassan Kingsbury, I keep quoting this because he says it to me all the time. Your anointing works everywhere. Don't let it just work at church.
That's right.
He said, take it to the boardroom.
That's right.
Take it everywhere.
That's right.
We have to show people that you don't have to just be good at church.
That's right.
Be good because for goodness sake.
That's right. That's right.
Just be good. That's the thing we have to continue to do.
I love that. Guys, it is so good. All of this is so good. It's so good. And I wish we could go on. We've been on for a minute. Heal the house. That's right. And Pastor Carrington said our schools need to tap
into our students
and families and tap out of all these programs.
Yes,
Woo!
let's do
that
it.
That's good. Pastor Carrington.
Let's partner.
Let's get it. Yes. And so, guys, thank you all for joining. As you can see, look, they said bring you back.
Yeah.
Look, Mickey, I already had thought, we are going to have to look. She said to be continued. That is so true.
So Bishop, tell them where they can find you at on Sundays and your Bible studies. Tell them what you got going on.
Yeah.
Right.
So, well, first, thank y'all. This has been amazing. You can find me online. Our church, Perfecting Praise Ministries, we're in North Carolina. We're in the Food Line Complex. We were blessed to be able to get that space a few years ago. But we Sunday mornings at 9:15. Please come join us. We would love to see you in person. If you can't get there, we are on Facebook and YouTube. Wednesdays, we're there at 6 o'clock for Bible studies. We also do Safe Space on Wednesdays, our mental health program.
I love that.
You can sign up for that online to get free therapy. We made sure that we don't want finance to be a barrier. So that's free on Wednesdays. You can follow me on social media, Terrell, Alston. We do a midweek encouragement every week.
Yes.
We're just trying to impact people. And again, I'm not looking to be popular. I want to be powerful.
Come on.
We want to make sure that we're making an impact on people to go and be the best version of themselves. So y'all know I think the world of both of y'all. So thank you so much for allowing me to be on. Yes. I hope we can do this again.
Yeah, we will do it again. Look, they're saying awesome. Part 2. Absolutely. Yeah. So guys,
not popular demand.
Yes, we will have him back for sure. Someone has already put up here the Bible study. Yes, thank you so much for adding that. Yes. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on tonight. It has been so good. This is so good. And so we are going to, maybe in May, we'll somebody else, my sisters put it up here too.
Thank you.
So maybe in May we'll have them back for Mental Health Awareness Month, and we can talk about some more things.
I do want to share this.
Yes.
May 29th, we're having a symposium called The Complete Man.
Ooh.
We did something for women last month, but we're going to do a program for teenagers up to men to heal the man, because we believe we want to build up strong men.
Yes.
So that's going to be a great conversation. Mike Williams is going to come and be our keynote speaker. We're going to do a panel that day.
Yes.
So please come. We want to minister and just have an open forum for men to come heal.
Yes.
Because that's the place. We always want to be so strong and tough and I'm all right. But it's going to come that day and be open and vulnerable to say, I'm not all right.
That's
so we can help you get better.
I love that. Wow. So that's April the 29th. May 29th. May 29th.
I'll send the flyer.
Yes. We'll share that too. So May 29th at Perfecting Praise. What time is it?
It's at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Yes. Please get all of your men there. And so as we leave on tonight, again, thank you so much. This was amazing. We're going to come back again next month. We'll have a part 2 next month.
All right.
Guys, we just want to remind you, if you are in the Kittrell Watkins community, I'm going to put in my plug that you in November vote for June Lewis as county commissioner. So I have to put that plug in. Yeah. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
So we want to go ahead. And if you are not registered to vote, please contact me, because we have to get these people registered.
Yes.
One of the things that are happening is that people are not going to vote.
Yes.
So some of them are registered, but they're not going to vote.
Yes.
Your vote matters. Even if you don't think it matters, it absolutely does matter. So please go vote. Also, last but not least, on this Saturday, please join us at 1516 Ivy Hill Road in Clarksville. Guys, it is right outside of Townsville. It is probably about 10 minutes from Townsville, so it is not far. We are doing a soft launch to our winery. It is called the Woburn Winery. And so we're doing our soft launch, and we want you to come and be our guest. And so we are excited. And this event, it'll just tell what our future plans are, what we're going to be doing. And so we invite you to come on out at 4:00 on Saturday. It should be a nice event. And for everybody who says, oh my gosh, they're preachers and they're opening up a winery, I tell you that Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine. That's my thing.
It says don't become drunk. And it says
just don't become drunk. But I'm just saying. So I'll just let you know. So, but Jill's granddaddy had a winery there years ago, and it was the first Black winery.
Wow.
And so we are just starting it over, leaving a legacy for our children's children. Okay. And so that's what we are about to do. So again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Janice has put up here that Apostle Joanne Allen is running as well. Yes. Evans. I'm sorry, Joanne Evans. Yes. And so thank you, Miss Beverly. I'm so excited that you're coming. So yeah, guys, please come on out and join us. Thank you again. Thank you again for joining us. We love you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
I'm trying.